Hello, everybody. Ha, I started early. I'm gonna kill this light. Let's see. That looks fine. That looks better. Oh, that yellow lamp is killing me. Hi, Ava. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Oh, Billy, you knocked my elbow pad off. Hi, Ava. I suppose you want treats. Well, it's still a work in progress, but as you can see, it has progressed. There was one piece on the cat tower that it was wobbly. So this pad goes on this screw, okay? And it comes pre-made like that. And it's supposed to screw into a screw right there on the corner. And when I did that, it was still wobbly. And then it lifted right off. There's a nut still attached to the stem of the other screw. But this now won't connect. It'll be okay. I emailed them. I'm hoping they just send me a new piece number 18 and then all will be good. Billy, would you quit kicking these off of my desk? I have them for a reason. Please, quit it. Kick them off again, and you will be banned. You will be banned. No, you won't. Ice Rose. No such thing. But the room is coming along nicely. And I did happen to let the cases run in the background, and I found some good stuff. I actually found more than we'll be able to watch tonight, because there's like 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours of edited content. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to stay awake that long. I don't know about all of you. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Wire Mother. Hello, C-Rex. Hello, Buzzy Bug. Oop. Bumping the bag over here. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right at all. What's up, Ava? I gave you 3 of them. I gave you 3 of them. Yup. You got them. Hello, Michelle Moreland. Oh, Ava. Really? Really, we're going to do this? We're going to do this where I have to pay complete attention to you and nothing else? That doesn't work. I can't do my job. Hello, Dark Zoomy. Uh-oh. Dag nabbit. They'll get it. They'll catch up. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. It is. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got a little ways to go till everything's done, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. No, I did it all myself. Yeah, every bit of it. Yes, yes. It's actually taller than I am, and so I had to use a step stool, sort of. I might have climbed on the cat house tower. Might have. Just on the top part, sort of. Ish. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Purple Kiv. I cannot wait until Monday. Oh, Monday, our sweet snitch gets fixed. And I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. For one, the Tom smell. He's in a tiny corner in the back of the house, and the whole house smells like him. For two, he doesn't stop yowling. It's a good thing I named him Snitch, because he's in his cage snitching on everybody trying to get free. Oh, he's so cute though. And I go and I do take him out and I play with him and I hold him and I give him lots of treats and food, and yeah, he by no means is he neglected. But yeah, I can't wait till Monday. I called the vet today just to verify, cutoff time for food, and what's the prep the night before kind of thing need to look like. And I explained to them that I have not given him a bath yet because he has some sores and scabs on him from his days being feral, and I didn't want to mess with those or submerge them until the vet looked at them. And also because I gave him flea and tick medicine, I didn't want to wash that off. So he's going in stinky. Yeah, that's his nickname. Stinky Snitch. Hello, Ice Rose. It took all day. From the moment I woke up until right before I came on here. I was actually still working on it when I posted the thumbnail, and then I had to go and change my shirt and brush my teeth and get right back here. Thank you so much. It'll be amazing when it's all completed. I think you guys will really enjoy it. The cat wheel is not going to be there, and the cage is not going to be in here. So it's going to be, it'll be amazing. And then they'll get to run around and climb the walls and jump on the thing, and you guys will get to watch them while I'm talking, or while the court cases are going. And Earl's already been up on this thing and climbing the platforms and checking it out. There was a hammock that went right in the middle, but it only had this much clearance. And when I went to tighten the knot on the twine, it just fell off. And I'm like, okay, well, there's not even enough clearance for any of them to get into there. So I just took it down. There's no point. Hello, Manny. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, sweetie. I hope you get some good rest. Hello, Mortimer Duke. I know. Oh, trust me, if anybody knows, it's me. Because if I get jolted while I'm up on even a step stool, I could break my neck. But I didn't, and that's the important part. Hey, I did manage to break it, you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's my fault somehow. Maybe I over tightened it. I don't know. But no matter what, it was wobbly. And it wasn't supposed to be wobbly. The other side's not wobbly, and it's the same piece. So I'm thinking it was defective. But I'll still take the blame. I screwed it on real tight. And then it wobbled and weebled, and I'm like, that's not right. And so I kept screwing it. And then all of a sudden it was like, it went from being a little wobbly to being bunk. Oh well. And then I tried just screwing the platform right to the base, right to the one nut or the one post that's sticking out. But the problem is the one that's pre-screwed into 18 that's intended for this is shorter than the screw D that's sticking out of that. And so when I put it into this, if I screw it all the way down, it comes out the top. And if I don't have it screwed all the way down, then this just spins really fast. So neither are good options. Thought about plugging it with with my 3000 glue. That stuff's good stuff. Thought about plugging it with that and just sticking it on there and letting it dry. Decided I'm going to wait for the manufacturer to get back to me. Yes, I am so waiting. I want him to be happy and healthy, and I want him to be able to be out of his cage, and I want to thoroughly clean that part of the house. Like, with industrial strength cleaners. Maybe I'll call Steamaway to come in and do that whole area. I don't know. All I know is I can't take it. I go back there and my nose burns. He smells like a feral Tom. Hello, Donald Westerdale. What? What? You are so cute. I love you so much. Right after I get one. Yeah. Hello, Squishy. Thank you. It's really not rearranged. Things are the wheel is just pushed to the side. Oh, as far as like getting the couch out, my neighbor did that. That is one of those donut tunnels. Like they have a pink one. It's currently in the living room, but this is the bigger size. So I wanted to get one that was big enough for Billy and Earl. Um, Earl likes to use it as a scratching pad instead of going inside of it. Tiny Kitten likes to go inside of it and jump out with her claws. She likes to play. You know, if obtaining the court cases keeps going the way that it's been, and you know what I mean, that may end up having to be a thing. Oh, thank you so much, Purple Kiv. I really appreciate that. I'd give you the heart, but I'm currently giving scritches, and if I let go, then she nuzzles my elbow to force me back to scratching her. Oh, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I love these guys, and I love you guys. And I know how much you enjoy watching them. And I enjoy watching them. They make me laugh and smile just as much as you guys do. So, of course, I'm going to make the best world for all of us. Yeah, me too. Me too. I didn't think that it would tower above the camera, but it does. So I'm gonna have to do some refinagling. And unfortunately my room isn't any bigger. Like I'm up against the wall as it is, so it's not like I can move the desk or anything. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I stripped a screw or a nut. One of the two. You guys. You guys are killing me. I love you guys so much. Hello, Luceptinet. Actually, not a flashing red light, but I I may have to have one of these going on. I'm waiting for them to climb that wall. One of them started to. Billy like got to a standing position. I think it was Tiny Kitten that crawled a couple feet up. I'm waiting for that. I am waiting for that. I need to bring the pink donut back in here for a splash of color because everything's gray. Like everything. And I did not plan it that way. It's just how everything's been ordered and available. Yeah, it's mutual. Hello, Allison. Thank you. And we all know, even though that I've built them this giant cat tree, they'll still pick right in front of my keyboard as the place to be. Not yet. I literally just walked away from it. I've been working on it all day, and every time they've jumped up on it, something's went flop or knocked over, or they haven't exactly had good experiences on it yet, because they've tried getting on it while it's been under construction, and it hasn't worked out so well for them. I thought of that. I really did. I thought of having one, like putting one kind of on the wall, like above me, but facing over my head so you don't see me. All you see is, you know, the cat area and somewhat in front of it so that you can see Ava. It's a consideration. It really is. I don't know exactly how to do that. But I'll figure it out, I'm sure. I'll figure it out. No, you stop it. You're naughty. I like that kind of naughty, but you're naughty. It sure does. Yep. Welcome to the nut house. I know. I just have to figure out how. I it, I'm learning as I go. But the masses have spoken. Hello, Spider-Man. All right, guys. Oh, and speaking of nuts, the second case, it involves a man with a ratchet in his pants. No, Squishy, I wouldn't say that. It's not exactly accurate. Just not him. Purple. You're adorable. I love you. All right, guys, let's have some fun. We get to watch, well, it starts off with not Judge Lal, Judge Melanie, I think her name is. And then she gives it over to Judge Lal, and then, the case proceeds. But
Judge, before we proceed, I did the conflict checks. Do you want the list of the four names that was listed as a conflict, or you just want to do it as we call them?
I guess so. We can do it as we call them. I guess we can take all the conflict people now. Let's go ahead and do that. Who else was a conflict?
And so Ashanti Barbara is a conflict with the PD's office.
Okay.
Mackenzie. Oh, do you want their
You can give it to me, Mackenzie who?
Oh, Mackenzie Everhart, but she also has a signature bond consent from the state.
Okay. Can we take that case very quickly? Can we take the one that has the consent? Is
Sure.
Ashanti Everhart there?
Mackenzie
I'm
Everhart.
sorry, Mackenzie Everhart.
Yeah, mom and daughter case, both of
It's a mother and daughter's case. It's a dual arrest, Judge.
That's
And they-
fine. If
and
there's
they-
there's a consent for both.
Yes.
Okay, so can we bring those two up?
Yeah, this will be a minute. You want to do that case before I go on the way?
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying.
Like, do another case, because I think I go get them.
Oh, there.
Okay. All right. And what was the last conflict case?
A miracle Hearn, and then also her aunt is present on the Zoom. That's going to be Miss Shadeja Cummings.
Is she the victim?
I'm not sure this is no.
Okay, so then we wouldn't need to that we will address that at another day. Okay, can we take a Miracle Hearn? Is she there?
I have no females in the room.
Okay,
Right now.
no females. Okay, well we try. All right, we'll try to take the conflict cases as they come then. Who do we have next?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm a Miracle's aunt.
no,
So
no,
is her
that's-
court date not today?
No, just please hold. Please hold.
Yeah.
She'll be seen. Please hold. All right, who do we have next?
That's it, you're on the front, ACDC.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you.
So Judge, you
Your
did
Honor, we're
$100
missing.
cash bond?
Hang on, Mr. Merrill, Deputy Milton, Mr. Merrill has a question. Mr. Merrill?
Yes, Miss Lewis, it was $100 cash, and then Miss Milton, we're missing one female, which is Miss Hearn. I'm not sure if she was in Rice Street or if she eventually at this time came over to ACDC.
Can we get the position number?
Yes.
She's over here.
17.
Oh, 17. And Rice Street said they're in courtroom too.
Yeah, she's over here in courtroom 2. One of the officers just went to go get her.
All right, sir.
Be with us shortly.
This is just already all kinds of chaotic.
But
Okay.
we just waiting for her to show up.
Okay, we're waiting on Miss Hearn. Okay. Courtroom 2, did we have a Miracle Hearn?
Oh, yeah, I saw her, but
Miss Kim, unmute, please.
Yes, Your Honor, actually, we do have her here. She's a conflict attorney case. So I'm trying to get, at least her father to basically be a, co-signer if needed. She's only 17 years old, Your Honor.
and I have yeah, she is a conflict, and on the Zoom, she's 17 years old, Your Honor. She is still in high school, Your Honor. I'm just giving you some kind of preface information.
So
And-
why are we not addressing this case as a formal first appearance?
Oh,
Where
yes,
is she? Okay, thank you. And is there anyone on Zoom who's here on behalf of a Miracle Hearn?
Yes, her family is here. Her aunt Sharon Robinson is here. Her aunt
Need
Sade.
to start your video, please, and mute your screen. Thank you.
I'm
Okay.
your cousin, Giovanna
Start
Ross.
video.
Hi,
Mute-
I'm here. Hello.
Mute screen, mute screen, mute screen.
Hi,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Mute your screen. Thank you. Ms. Hearn, my name is Judge Lal. I don't know if you were in the courtroom to be advised of your rights. This is a first appearance criminal calendar for individuals charged with a misdemeanor offense or offenses. Please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. So I understand, Mr. Merrill, she doesn't qualify for the public defender's office. She would need to be, she'll need a conflict counsel to represent her.
yes, that is correct, but I do know that she is 17. She does have family. The aunt is present on the Zoom. They
Okay.
do live in Snellville. She is in high.
I just need to know whether conflict needs to get involved. That's all.
Yes,
Appreciate
conflict
you.
does get involved.
Thank you. Okay. Miss Miracle Hearn, your accusation number, your case is 26 CR 001-811D as in Denmark. You've been charged with a simple battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence stemming from a March 18th, 2026 incident. I've advised you of your rights. Miss Hardy, any priors?
No, Your Honor, this is the first arrest.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Tucker, what's the state's recommendation?
Yes, Judge, we're recommending 500 good on each for a total of 1,000 with no further contact with the victim, Miss Robinson, Tamira Robinson. That is her mother. And despite the history and the age, the facts do allege choking. Her mom didn't wash her clothes for her, so she didn't go to school because she had no clean clothes. The mom threw a drink on her because she didn't go to school. So she lunged at her, physically hit her, and started choking her. The mother also fought back, so this is a dual arrest.
Oh my goodness. If I did that to my mother, I wouldn't need to worry if I was getting bond. I wouldn't even make it to court. I'd be in the morgue. She's 17. You can't tell me she don't know how to run a dang washer machine. Why didn't she wash her own clothes? Why does she need her mother to do it and then have a tantrum because her mom didn't do it? And why did her mom throw a drink on her? Like, that's just toxic anyways. This just sounds like a whole lot of discipline didn't happen when it needed to.
But just based on the allegations of choking, I cannot recommend a signature bond. So we are asking for just a $1,000 good bond, 500 on each, with no further contact with Tamira Robinson.
And Miss Robinson, is she on this calendar or a separate calendar?
She posted bond, Judge. She had a FTA out on her and she posted bond.
Okay, thank you. Now the person who has Shadasia Cummings, if you want to unmute, all right.
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And what's your name?
My name is Shadeja Cummings.
And how are you related, or how do you know Miss Hearn?
I'm America's biological aunt.
I'm sorry?
I'm America's biological aunt.
Biological aunt. So you are her mother's sister?
Yes. And then her other aunt, Sharon Robinson, who is also the excuse me, not the mother's sister, the mother's sister. Sharon Robinson is also on as well.
Miss Cummings, oh, well, you're her aunt. Okay. And what would you like to tell me?
I just would like to speak on behalf of a miracle. She just turned 17 in January. She is still very much a child. She is still currently enrolled in high school. Her grades are good. At the time of the event, her mother was intoxicated. She previously had a school social worker that was also working with her and the family. And truly, it was really just an unfortunate timeline of events. But like I said, her mother was intoxicated during the event.
And may I
And
ask if you're over 21 years old?
I am 28.
Okay. And do you live with Miss Robinson?
I do not.
And would you be able to house Miss Hearn?
Her aunt Sharon Robinson is present on this call. She is who can house a miracle.
Okay, thank you, Miss Cummings. All right.
No worries.
The fact that they think that a 17-year-old is still very much a child, I mean, I get it. They're still learning life and everything, but they need responsibility and discipline, and it sounds like that doesn't exist. She is not a child. She is about to be a full-grown legal adult. And in this case, she's being charged as one.
All right, the lady who's an iPhone with the red hair, could you please unmute? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge? And what's your
Yes,
name?
ma'am. My name is Giovanna Robinson. I'm a Miracle Turn's big cousin.
Giovanna Robinson, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you the individual who will?
No, I'm her cousin. I'm just here for support and I just wanted to be here to see what's going on. I'm here for support. I know Miracle it's been a rough history with her mom. I just, wanted to be.
Where will America live while this
She
case?
will live with Sharon Cummings. She's also on this call. She will
Sharon-
be able to house her.
Sharon Cummings.
They need to talk to you.
Hello?
All right,
Hello? Hello?
okay. Miss Javon Robinson, please mute your screen.
Sharon Robinson.
Have we struck lucky, and am I speaking to her Aunt Robinson?
This is Sharon Robinson.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Miss Robinson?
Hi.
Yes. Would you be able to house Miss Miracle Hearn?
I would be able to house her.
Okay.
I would be able to house her. She comes over. There's a history of abuse here.
I'm not going to get into the details of the case because both of them were arrested.
Right.
Okay? And I don't want to get into information that could be beneficial to the prosecution for either one of them. I only want to know is where will she be living?
I can house her, but is there any way that she can get released on her own recognizance?
No. All right. So now I just want to know whether she'll be living with you.
Yes, she can stay here with me.
Okay, thank you.
This is awful.
Mr. Merrill, if you don't mind, on the simple battery, that's going to be $1,500 on each count. This is going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Judge.
No more interruptions. All right. Miss Sharon Robinson, if you want to unmute.
No. You want to go ahead? I was going to say.
I just want to make sure she understands that she's a co-signer.
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, actually, her father, DG Matthews, is willing to be a co-signer as well.
I need the person with whom she's living to be the co-signer. Is she going to live with the father?
Yes. His name is Dight. Last name is Matthews. Matthews.
Unless that gentleman with Miss Robinson is Mr. Matthews, I can't make out. All right. Miss Robinson?
Yes. Is her father on the call?
We were on the phone together. However, I guess he doesn't know how to get into the Zoom hearing.
Okay.
But I have a text from him saying yes, that he will be a co-signer.
Where does he live?
2129 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, apartment A4, Atlanta, Georgia 30310.
Miss Tucker, is that the incident location?
It's like next door, I guess.
Oh, that doesn't work. She cannot be within 200 yards. All right. So right now, the bond, as I said, is going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. Miss Hearn does not have to pay for the bond. No one has to pay anything today. She needs to sign the bond and she needs a co-signer, which today will be Miss Sharon Robinson. And Miss Miracle, you will be living with Miss Robinson because your father's residence is too close to the cross-defendant's home. Miss Hearn, you will report to pretrial services twice a month, and this will be for a period of 6 months. During this time, you will complete 6 anger awareness classes. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
Okay. If you get arrested again, or if you violate any of the conditions of your bond, your $3,000 bond can be revoked and you will be back in jail. And it doesn't matter who co-signs for your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You will live with your Aunt Robinson. You are to have no contact with Tamira Robinson. You're to stay 200 yards away from her and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. If any of your family members encourage you to contact your mom or have a conversation with her, please keep in mind that if law enforcement finds out, you will be back in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're also required to stay away from 2129 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, that entire complex. Someone on your behalf can go there and obtain your personal belongings, but you cannot return to that location until further order of the court. This is a very serious misdemeanor criminal case against you. Highly recommend that you comply with conditions and perhaps there'll be a favorable outcome. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right. Miss Robinson, Sharon Robinson, if you want to put your email in the chat, we can send you the form to co-sign the bond.
Judge, can I get the correct spelling of her name so I can put it on the order, please?
All right, Miss Robinson, how do you spell your name?
SHARON ROBINSON.
Okay, thank you.
And
And
what's your
Miss Lewis, I'll send the address. I'll email you the address.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
what's your email address?
At Comcast.net.
All right. Did you get that, Miss Lewis and Mr. Merrill? Okay.
I
Thank
didn't get it. I think Mr. Merrill's supposed to get it, but whoever's supposed to be sending
Yes,
that.
I got it in a Gmail.
And I'm going
No,
to
no,
and I'm
no.
so sorry.
At Comcast.net.
Oh,
Yes,
At Comcast.net. Got it.
yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Merrill or Miss Tucker, do y'all know, or she bonded out, right? She was released, she bonded out herself. So I'm going to appoint Maureen McLeod. Hopefully Miss McLeod doesn't have any conflicts with respect to representing Miss Hearn.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Those of you involved in Miracle Hearn's case, you all are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. What time can she be picked up?
She gets released within 24 hours.
All right, thank you. We'll be there to get her. Sharon Robinson will be there to get her. We love you, Miracle. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Judge, and everyone on here. Thank you, guys.
Okay, this is a case of City of Lacey versus Patrick Harlan. It's on for a bench trial. Waiver of jury trial has been filed. Cause number 580648480. Ms. Zeddy, city have any sort of opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor, and just as a preliminary matter, I did prepare a verdict form if the court would like to see that.
Yeah, we can, let's
After the opening, you would rather.
let's see what happens, yeah.
Okay. Actions can speak louder than words. And on July 31st of 2025, the defendant Patrick Harlan's actions and words both prove that he committed the crime of theft when he stuffed a ratchet down the front of his pants at Harbor Freight Tools in Lacey and eventually left the store without paying for it. The evidence that the court will hear this morning, you'll hear from manager for the Harbor Freight store, Brian Childers, who worked at the store located at 4520 on Lacey Boulevard Southeast. Mr. Childers will tell the court that back on July 31st of 2025, that morning he noticed a man acting unusual, and he will tell the court about what was unusual about that man's behavior, and that man was the defendant, Patrick Harlan. Mr. Childers will tell you a little bit that he saw the defendant holding a ratchet, and that's not something that a client or a customer is normally supposed to have in their hands, because those items are secured in 2 different places in the store and are locked up, and that when a customer wants to purchase one of those items, an employee will come over and unlock the items. But Mr. Childers will also tell you that one of the items is very uneasy for a person to unlock without a key. Mr. Childers then went back to the store's office to watch the individual, Mr. Harlan, more closely on the monitors in the back office. He will tell you that he saw that the defendant concealed the ratchet down the front of his pants when the employees were distracted by customers and no one was looking. Mr. Childers will tell you that he talked to some of the other employees through the earpiece in his ear, and then he called the Lacey Police Department and asked officers to respond because due to the shoplifting. Mr. Childers continued to watch the defendant when he went through checkout, paid for one item, but did not take out the ratchet and pay for it before he left the store. You also hear the testimony from the investigating case officer, Mr. Aaron Stevens. Officer Stevens was fairly new to the Lacey Police Department and was still on field training back in July of last summer. He detained the defendant as he exited the store, and you hear that Officer Stevens read the defendant his Miranda rights that the defendant said he understood and indicated he was willing to speak with the officer. Officer Stevens will tell you about the fact that he found a ratchet removed from the front of the defendant's waistbands and some of the statements that the defendant made about that. Now, Officer Stevens will also tell you that the defendant had a bag on him, and in the bag, the officers located an air pressure gauge that the defendant said that he'd gotten the day before from the store. Officer Stevens tried to investigate if the air pressure gauge had been stolen that day or not, but ultimately couldn't determine, so that item was placed into safekeeping along with some knives that were on the defendant's person. Officer Stevens then returned the ratchet to Mr. Childers, the store manager at that time, and Mr. Childers scanned the receipt, and the ratchet was valued at $44.99. Officer Stevens also reviewed the video footage that I expect the court will see this morning of the defendant putting the ratchet down the front of his pants. The evidence that the court will hear this morning, based on the actions of the defendant, concealing the ratchet in his waistband, leaving the store without paying for it, and also his words that he admitted to taking the ratchet and that he intended to use it for a job, the city will have proven to the court beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed the crime of theft, and we ask you to find him guilty.
Ms. Langley, do you wish to make an opening statement?
Granted, my client is not going to deny that he was in the store that day, and he's not going to deny that he left the store with a ratchet in the waistband of his pants. His explanation will be that he came into the store with that ratchet in his bag. It's something he uses at his job. Was in there shopping, and he saw it in his bag, and he got really, really nervous because he walked into a store carrying an item that he knows is sold by that store. He's a regular shopper there. He didn't know what to do, and so he thought, oh, wow, if I get caught with this, I'm going to get arrested. So he put it in his pants. It's an item that he will tell you he already owned. And of course, he was seen. This is an item that is a locked item that is normally, I believe the store will testify, carried up to the counter when it has to be purchased. So he will, I'll believe the court will find that there's at least reasonable doubt that he took the item that day and did not bring it into the store with him. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Langley. Ms. Eddy, you may call your first witness.
Yes, Your Honor, I just need to go grab. The first
Mr.
witness
Sharp.
will be Mr. Brian Childers from Harbor Freight Schools.
Jury, you can do it from, with the jury trials are different.
Understood.
So without a jury, you can do it from there. You know, the witness will be right here. You can do it from counsel table, or you can go to the podium if you wish. Doesn't matter to me.
And is it all right if I remain seated? With the court?
Yeah. I mean, that's up to you.
And thank you. It's my first practice task trial in this county, so I appreciate you telling me that guidance.
And Ms. Eddy, you may inquire.
Thank you. Can you please state your first and last name for the record?
My name is Brian Childers.
Can you spell that as well, please?
It's BRIANCHILDERS.
Thank you, Mr. Childers. And where do you work, sir?
I work at Harbor Freight in Lacey.
Okay, and is the store address 4520 Lacey Boulevard Southeast?
That is correct.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I am the sales manager. So I am in charge of making sure that we have good metrics throughout the day, throughout the year.
And what are just some of your general duties briefly?
So helping customers, developing people, watching out for shoplifters, that sort of stuff.
Okay. And is the store that you work at, Harbor Freight 2, is located in the city of Lacey?
Yes.
And that's in Thurston County, the state of Washington?
Yes.
And how long have you been employed there at Harbor Freight Tools?
Since the beginning of 2021.
And can you tell the court a little bit of what kind of security system that the store has in place?
So we have numerous cameras throughout the store, mostly in the front and at the emergency exits.
And specifically, can you tell us a little bit about the cameras at the front of the store?
So we have door jam cameras, as we call them. They are like on either side of the glass doors. We also have camera pointing down towards the entrance. Those are also some looking down upon the registers.
And the door, the door jam camera?
Yeah.
You said it was by the glass doors.
Mhm.
Can you describe where it is in relation to the door?
So if you can picture the door frame, and where the door hinges open, there's two doors, so that they hinge open. They're going to be sort of along the hinge side of the doors.
So if a customer comes in and opens the door, would that door then go and move in front of that camera?
It would, yes.
But since it's
glass, you can
glass,
see
you can
through
still
it.
see through it?
Yes.
And do the employees use any means to communicate with each other
We,
electronically while working?
yes, we have walkies. Everybody that works there wears a walkie throughout their shift.
And like a walkie-talkie you pull out and hold? Or something else?
So we have earpieces that are attached to the walkie. So you have a little button on the earpiece that you can speak to each other.
And is there a general protocol for what employees are supposed to do if they think someone might be shoplifting?
Generally provide them customer service. If you see something dispossessed, like something put into a bag or an article of clothing or something, at that point, we might contact the police for a possible shoplift. Those primarily two things.
Okay. And do you have any items in your store that are locked up or secured?
Yes, quite a few items throughout the store.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit more about that? Where are those in
So-
the store, and how are they secured?
Depending on the items, there's majority of them are going to have little red peg locks on them if they're peg items. If they're items that are not on pegs and we lock them up, we might put them in the cage or keep them in the stock room.
Okay, and can you indicate for us how big you said the peg lock is approximately how big?
It's pretty small, maybe an inch. They're pretty lightweight. They can be removed just by smacking them.
And how are they affixed? So that we can understand how they work.
With a magnet. So just a strong magnet can remove them.
But why? If they can be removed just by smacking them, that doesn't sound very secure. I think you need to upgrade your security system if it's that weak. I mean, people shouldn't steal. That's just, but if you know people will, then at least have a security system that functions.
And is there any other way to get them off without a magnet?
Yeah, you just smack them and they come off.
So a person can remove the peg lock without a key,
Yes.
just by smacking it.
Yep.
And if a customer wants to purchase one of the items that are behind that or have a peg lock on them, what's the procedure in place?
So on those items, we're going to have little slips of paper. It said we call them take one slips. Basically, you take that slip of paper and bring it up to the register or to somebody that's the employee that's on the floor, and they can get that item for you.
Okay, and once they get that item to the customer, do they give it directly to the customer, or where does that item go?
No, we don't like to give them directly to the customer because the whole idea is that we're protecting the product. We take them up to the register.
And then how does the customer get it? They go through to checkout?
Yes, exactly.
I'd like to talk more about the events on July 31st of 2025. Were you working that day?
I was.
And did anything happen that morning around 10:55 a.m.?
Yes, there was a shoplifting event.
Okay, and how did that begin? What first happened that you noticed?
First thing I noticed was a gentleman in our Ratchet aisle. He had a locked up icon item in his hands. So he had somehow gotten the item. I asked him if he was finding everything all right. We're told not to, accuse, customers of anything. So just let them hold on to it. From there, I sort of walked around the middle aisle that's kind of behind it, just kind of watching him behind the toolboxes.
And why were you watching? What was unusual about him having a Ratchet?
Because he had a locked up item that somebody would have had to unlock for him.
And had you seen anyone unlock the item for him?
No, and I also asked over the walkie.
Okay, so you asked over the walkie, meaning like, so that earpiece, you asked the other employees?
Yes.
And no one else indicated they had unlocked it?
They had not.
And is that why you continued to watch him?
Yes.
And what else did you see him do?
So I saw him fiddling with his clothes. So it looked like he might be concealing it. So I went and checked the cameras, and indeed you can see him putting it down his pants.
And do you recognize the man that you saw putting the Ratchet down his pants as the defendant who's present in the courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
And what did you do after you saw that?
I contacted the police, let them know that we had a possible shoplifting occurrence. And then from there, the police asked me to get a picture of the gentleman so that they would know who I was speaking of when he left the store.
And did you do that?
I did.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor.
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibits 1 and 2. Mr. Childers, I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit 1. Can you please tell me what that is?
That is the gentleman that shoplifted that day, currently entering the store.
And is that a picture that you took to send to the police?
Yes, it's a picture I took of the footage from our camera system.
Okay. And did you send that photo to one of the police officers?
I did.
And is that a fair depiction of the monitor that you took the picture of?
Yes.
I'm going to show you now what's been marked as exhibit 2. Can you tell me what that is, please?
That is the gentleman from behind. Was looking to get a sort of a shot of what he was wearing, and that I took and sent to the police.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate depiction of the monitor that you took a picture of?
Yes. Well, it's my camera, so yes.
It's your camera. Okay, all right. Your Honor, the city would move to admit exhibits 1 and 2 into evidence.
Any objection, Ms. Langley?
No objection.
Okay, they'll be admitted. Thank you. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. And did the defendant have anything else on his person that you could see in those photographs, Mr. Childers?
Like product wise, or
From a to the back witness. Did he have a bag on him?
yes, he did.
Okay, all right. At any time, did you see him take anything out of the bag or put anything in the bag when you were observing him?
I did not.
And what else did the defendant do after you had sent the pictures to the police?
He walked around the store for a little bit before going up to the register with some hose clamps. He purchased those and then left the store.
I'm sorry, he purchased what? I didn't hear you.
Hose clamps.
Hose clamps. And you saw this through observing them on the monitor?
I
did you see
believe
it?
at this point I was actually standing behind them near the registers.
And when he purchased the hose clamps, did he put it in the bag that he came with?
I do not remember.
And what, if anything, did he do with the ratchet when you saw him check out?
It seemed to remain within his pants.
So he didn't take it out and give it to the checker to scan?
He did not.
So did he pay for the ratchet before he left the store?
He did not.
And did your security system capture a video of the defendant putting the ratchet down his pants in the front of the store?
Yes, it did.
And did you provide a copy to my office?
Yes, I did.
Please exhibit 3. And the video footage that you provided to our office labeled HFT 50 Lacey shopless suspect 73125.
That is correct.
On exhibit 3, the city of Lacey there are 5 video clips, Your Honor, and the city would move to admit and publish HFT 50 Lacey shopless suspect.
Ms. Langley,
No objection.
it'll be admitted. You can go ahead and play it.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. I wish we could see the TV screen, but we can't. But they describe what is seen, and it's still a really great case, even without being able to see it.
I'm going to pause it just for a moment. And Mr. Childers, where on this screen are we going to be seeing the defendant?
It's going to be on the far right side.
So over here.
Yes.
So you're right with your back to the judge.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So over
So,
in this.
yes, right where your hand is.
The aisle 7.
That's correct.
Pause it right there. And what did we just see right there?
We saw the shoplifter sticking the ratchet down his pants.
And I resume it. And I paused it at 41 seconds.
Could you back that up a little bit
Yes.
so I can see it again?
Far away, would the court like to see it
Yeah,
closer on the laptop?
I saw it that time.
Just play out the rest.
That is correct.
Indicated that last thing we see there at 58 seconds on the video.
That is correct.
And did some officers from the Lacey Police Department arrive after you called them?
Yes.
And did you see them contacting the defendant when he left the store?
Yes.
And did the police return any items for you that they found on his person?
Yes, it did.
And what did they return?
The ratchet that was stuck down the pants.
And do you recall what the value of the ratchet was?
I believe that one is $59.99.
When they gave you the ratchet, did you scan it to print out a receipt for the officers?
Yeah, training receipt, yes.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at a copy of the receipt?
Sure. Okay, yes, at that time it appears that the ratchet was $44.99.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Those are my questions.
Ms. Langley, you may cross-examine.
Oh, just you wait. That question, how stupid can people be? Oh, you are about to find out.
Thank you. So, again, you work at the Lacey store?
Yes.
It's like I get the pictures I sent you and you have them more than the same.
Well, what's
Irrelevance. Should we close it up?
oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't object.
Yes. Yes, sir.
There are some of them.
Locally, there's the one on Cooper Point in Olympia. There's also the Yelm store. I guess it's Yelm Highway.
And do they all carry essentially the same merchandise?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand a little bit better about this security system. How are this particular item, how is it secured in your store?
So it has multiple locations. So on aisle 7, there's these little red locks that hold them in place. We also have cages up by the register. You can kind of see it in the side of this video.
Here. Oh.
That is one of the places we store them.
And does that look like the cage that's in your store?
Yes.
And I'll now show you what's this point offered defense 1.
No objection.
And now I'll show you what's now been marked defense number 2 for identification. Is that the other type of security system?
Yes.
And is that how it looks in your store?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Offer number 2.
No objection.
So do you know you saw my client with one of these items in the store? Is that what attracted your attention to him?
Yes.
So explain a little more.
So being a locked up item, we've had problems in the past with these items, despite being locked, still being stolen. Because the locks are really easy to remove. So once I saw like within his hands, it promoted me to keep an eye on him to make sure that he actually purchased the item.
So after he left the store, did you determine was there a broken lock on one of these things?
We found a loose lock on the shelf, so that had been removed.
So that would had you believe the lock he had removed the lock?
I believe that to be the case. Yes.
And did you do any checks of the inventory to see if one of these was actually missing?
Yes.
And
there was one missing from the system. Yes.
all right. Did and you said you didn't have any communication with him while he was in the store?
I asked him. I typically would ask, "Are you finding everything all right?"
Mm-hmm.
Then like, have a good day. But beyond that.
And so where was the ratchet at the time that you spoke to him?
Aisle 7.
Hmm?
Aisle 7.
So where was it? Did he have it in his hand? Was it in his hand? So, but you said you didn't ask him about that item at the time?
I'm not allowed to.
Okay. And do you know, have you seen him in your store before? Is he a regular shopper there?
Yeah.
And wasn't he wearing one of your store's hats?
Yeah.
All right. No other questions?
Any redirect? Ms. Eddy?
Just Mr. Childers, so you indicated that on aisle 7, that one of the red locks was loose on the shelf.
Mhm.
You have to say yes or no.
Yes, yes,
So if someone had knocked the lock off, would they have put it back on?
yes.
And would that cause it to then be loose as you saw it?
So if you were to knock the lock off and not replace it back on the peg, then it would just be on the shelf or on the ground or what have you.
But is a red lock that's been knocked off, can a person put it back on the shelf?
Yes.
And no further questions, Sharon.
Any recross, Ms. Langley?
Just briefly, how long did you observe my client in the vicinity of the place where you're saying this wrench came from?
How long was he standing there? So, at the time, it seemed like 3 to 5 minutes.
Nothing else.
Any reader? May this witness be excused?
Your Honor, I would ask that he remain in case of
Okay.
redirect.
You can go, Mr. Sharp, you can take him outside. And then Ms. Eddy, you can call your next witness.
Okay. And we'll call Officer Aaron Stevens.
Put your hand down. You can sit down. Ms. Eddy, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, can you please state and spell both your first and your last name for the record?
Aaron Stevens, Aaron Stephens.
Thank you. And where do you work, Officer Stevens?
Lacey Police Department.
And how long have you worked there now?
I got hired last January.
And what shift are you working these days?
I work swing shift.
Okay, so did you have to work last night until this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Well, we appreciate you coming in today, sir.
Thank you.
And do you tell us just briefly what, if anything, did you do before joining the Lacey Police Department?
Before joining Lacey Police Department, I was in the Army. Before that, I was in high school.
Okay. And how long were you in the Army?
4 years.
And as a work, you work patrol?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now? Okay. And as a patrol officer with the Lacey Police Department, do you wear a body camera?
Yes, ma'am.
When you're on patrol? And were you working on July 31st of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were you still on field training at that point?
Yes, ma'am. I was in phase 2 FTO.
Okay. And what is, explain for us what that means?
So FTO is what you do after you graduate basic law enforcement academy. So you have a senior officer who has gone to another school to be authorized to train other officers after they graduate the academy. So you're on the road conducting police investigations and such while being overseen by a superior officer.
And I'd like to talk a little bit more about the specifics on what happened July 31st of last summer. What happened around 11 o'clock on that day?
I received a call that there was a theft in progress at Harbor Freight on Lacey Boulevard.
Is that 4520 Lacey Boulevard Southeast?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And is that in the city of Lacey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Thurston County, state of Washington?
Yes, ma'am.
And just generally, what was the report?
What was the report?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So you got a report of shoplifting at Harbor Freights?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what other information were you given?
Yeah, so the manager called in, said that there was a male, approximately in his 20s, thin, wearing a dark hat, dark backpack. That he was in the store, roaming around the aisles, and had put a ratchet down his pants.
And did he send you any photographs of the suspect?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And if I may approach your honor.
You may.
And Officer Stevens, I'm showing you what's marked as Lacey's exhibits 1 and 2. Are those the photographs that the store manager sent you?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that Mr. Childers? Was that the manager you talked with?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what did you do then when you got to the store, when you got to Harbor Freight Tools?
So we got to the store, and me and a few other officers staged outside, waiting for the suspect to exit the store.
So essentially you were waiting for the man and they pictured in exhibits 1 and 2 to come out.
Yes, ma'am.
And did he?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened when he came out?
So he exited the store. I identified myself as a Lacey police officer and detained him in handcuffs.
And when you went to detain him, did he have anything in his hands?
He did. Yeah, he had an item from the store, some cash, and I believe a receipt.
Okay. And do you recognize the person that you detained that day as the defendant who's present in the courtroom here?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you later identify him?
Yes, as Patrick J. Harlan.
And how did you identify him?
With his Washington State ID.
And did you read Mr. Harlan his Miranda rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he understand them?
He did.
Was he willing to talk with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And was your contact with him recorded by your body camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Three. Three different clips from one. Three. Have you seen this thumb drive before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And how do you know that?
I initialed it yesterday.
Okay. And did you get a chance to watch the video clips that is on Exhibit 3?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Were they all fair and accurate recordings for your body camera footage from the day of July 31st of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I would move to admit video clip 1 that's labeled as such on Exhibit 3.
Ms. Langley,
No objection.
okay,
Permission to publish?
you may.
The rest of this point, I'm gonna read your rights, just so you're aware. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right this time to talk to a lawyer, not be present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions, or make any statements. You understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you? Yes. Are these rights of mine yours to talk to me now? What's that? Are these rights of mine yours to talk to me now? What do you want to talk about? Would you like to talk to me? Are you okay with talking to me? Yeah. Okay. So when you were in the store, did you take anything from it? Yes, I did. You did? Yeah. What'd you take? I took a ratchet. Okay. Where is that ratchet? It's in my waistband. It's in your waistband? Yeah. Are you okay with me reaching your waistband? It's right there. It's on my belly. Your belly?
By golly, that sounds like an admission, if I've ever heard one. You can kind of see the little laptop screen, sort of.
And Officer Stevens, what item did we see you remove from the front of the defendant's waist in the video?
It's a ratchet wrench.
And was it still in the packaging?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And on there, I was a little bit muffled, but another officer asked him, did he have the ability to pay for it? And what was the defendant's answer?
No.
And did the defendant also have a bag on him when you detained him?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And was that bag ever searched?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And what items, if anything, were found to be in the bag?
There was a pressure gauge that was found in the bag.
And was it still in the packaging?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And anything else?
There's other receipts as well found inside.
And when you saw that there was a pressure gauge in his bag, what, if anything, did you do about that? Did you go to ask him about it?
Yes, I did.
And is that section of your video, your body camera, also on exhibit 3 as a video clip number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
The state would move to admit clip 2 on exhibit 3.
Ms. Langley,
No objection.
go ahead.
Where'd you get this? That's what I was telling you. I got it yesterday. You got it yesterday? Yeah. It's just in my bag. It's a bag I wear every day.
It wasn't on the receipt. Did you get it from a different store or from a different place than the other?
What receipt?
So you had a receipt on you that had the other item.
Yeah, I got that today. I just bought it just now.
Oh, okay. So you bought that just now.
Yeah, that was in my bag yesterday.
And you paid for this yesterday? Why you got receipt? Money anymore?
So just to be clear, he had a receipt for the hose clamps that he had just purchased just now. The ratchet was in his waistband of his pants. And in his bag was a pressure gauge that he claimed he bought the day before at a different Harbor Freight. I wish to goodness that they had checked their inventory to see if they were -1 on that particular pressure gauge as well. That would have been an epic thing for them to have done.
And Officer Stevens, besides the defendant telling you that he bought the air pressure gauge the day before, did he tell you anything else that he bought the day before?
No, ma'am.
Did he tell you that he bought the ratchet the day before?
No, ma'am.
And after you talked to the defendant in the car about this, did you do anything else as part of your investigation?
I tried to figure out if there was any proof if he had stolen that item as well, and I didn't find anything to prove that he did or didn't.
Okay, so what did you do with the air pressure gauge then?
I gave it to one of our CSOs to log it for safekeeping, along with a couple other items back at the PDs that he could pick it up.
His property items he had on his person since he was being arrested?
Yeah, stuff that couldn't go with him to the jail.
And what did you do with the ratchets that you took from his hands?
I returned it to the manager.
And did you also go into, when you were talking with the manager, review the video from the store?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I don't have any further questions for Officer Stevens.
Ms. Langley, you may cross-examine.
Thank you. Just want to be clear. So you're saying that he had 2 items on his person, both of which were still in the original store wrapping, or did he have more?
So total, he had 3 items on him. When he first exited the store, he had an item in his hand. Then he had the pressure gauge in his bag, and then the ratchet in his pants.
And excuse me, did you happen to check back with the store about whether or not he had just purchased the pressure gauge or the other items?
I asked about the pressure gauge. They didn't have any, like, didn't see him purchase it that day, but I didn't have any video of him stealing that pressure gauge.
So you had no reason to believe he had stolen the pressure gauge.
Correct.
And he did tell you that he had purchased the other item, the wrench, the day before?
No, he said he purchased the pressure gauge the day.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
Anything further, Ms. Eddy?
No, Your Honor.
You can go back and sit at council table with, actually, if you wouldn't mind handing me those. You can take the white thing with you and then those come back to me.
Gotcha. So
Thank you. Then you can go back and sit down. And Ms. Eddy,
The city would arrest, Your Honor.
Ms. Langley,
Yep.
city's rested.
Can we take a
Do you have any witnesses?
yeah, can we take a very brief recess? My client wants to ask me something.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, we can be 5 minutes, I guess.
But she a second ago.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you please state your name, spell your last name for the record?
Yes, Patrick J. Harlan, Harlan.
And Mr. Harlan, are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What do you do for a living?
I have my own business, handyman services,
Okay. What kind of handyman work do you do?
landscaping, construction, appliances, you name it,
Do you buy a lot of tools for your business?
tons.
Okay. What kind of tools do you buy?
Literally anything and everything. I have a very immense collection of tools.
Okay. And where do you shop for tools?
I used to shop at Harbor Freight quite a bit. Home Depot, Lowe's.
Is there a particular Harbor Freight store you normally shop at?
Normally, yeah, the Lacey one. It's just like a block away from my house, but sometimes the stores have different things.
So, on the day that you were arrested, can you tell me what happened in the store?
Yeah. I went in there to shop. I had noticed that I had a ratchet in my bag from the previous day that I had purchased
Okay, let me stop you there.
Yes.
So where did you purchase the ratchet that's in your bag?
at the Olympia store
Okay, and when did you purchase it?
the night before, the night before the incident.
And and it was still in your bag?
Yes.
What else was in your bag?
My wallet. That was about it.
Okay, so what, take me back again. You're in the store and what happened?
Well, I realized that I had the ratchet in my bag. And so I kind of panicked. What my thought process was that what I didn't want to happen was to go up to the register and go to get my wallet out and for them to see the ratchet in the bag and assume that I had stolen it. Being that I didn't have the receipt on me, I thought that it wouldn't look very good. So I proceeded to put it in my pants and hope that, I could just make my purchase that day and go about my way.
Okay. And were you in the store for much longer?
No.
No. So when you first discovered it, you said it was in your bag?
Mhm.
And what prompted you to be looking in your bag right then?
I wanted to make sure I had my wallet on me.
Yep. And did you have other receipts in that bag?
No.
Now, the other item that the officer discussed, what was that? Pressure gauge.
Yeah, the air pressure gauge.
Okay, so was this a large item, a small item?
It's relatively small. Yeah, just about the size of a cupcake or so.
Okay, and that was still in its original box?
Yeah.
And where did you get that from?
At the Olympia store the day before.
Okay. So when you talked to so when you went outside the store, what happened?
I was welcomed by 5 or 6 uniformed officers. With the lead being the witness who testified today. They immediately pulled me to the side and read me my Miranda rights.
Okay, and you were willing to talk to them?
Yes.
And what do you recall telling them about the Ratchet?
I recall, my recollection was that the officer asked me if there was anything on my person that I had purchased that day, or that I hadn't purchased that day. And I said yes. And I told him that, or he asked where it was, and I told him that it was in my waistband.
But what you're telling the court is that you did in fact purchase that item the day before.
Yes.
Now,
my receipt was in my vehicle.
But you didn't have an opportunity to get that?
Right.
Now you've just showed me this morning a video that you claim you just discovered on your phone.
Yes.
And what does that video portray?
Objection, Your Honor. The defense did not provide any video to the city in advance. And I'd note that under discovery rule 4.7, I did email counsel requesting that counsel disclose any physical evidence they intended to use at trial. So I object to any discussion of evidence that was not provided.
Found it last night.
Yeah, you be quiet. Ms. Langley?
It was provided to me this morning. I had no knowledge of it beforehand, and I've told the city that I just got it. So
Okay. What is it?
well, what I understand it to be is my client. It's not even an intentional video in the store, making a purchase, in the other store making a purchase the day before. It's not. That's what it is.
It's what?
It's him in the other store the day before. He says the phone was in his pocket, and there's a video that he didn't realize was there. So that's what he has provided me.
What does it indicate as being purchased? I'm asking you.
I've
not him.
only seen it once, and what is simply, I don't think it shows what's being purchased. It shows him making a transaction at the that making this transaction at the store. It's not. I've seen it like quickly once, and it's not an intentionally taken video. So,
Purchasing a ratchet. I'm asking you, Ms. Langley.
I've seen it for one glimpse before walking in the door here. I believe it purports to show him purchasing a ratchet. I can let the city look at it and we can discuss it more before we go further, or not.
If I may supplement my argument, Your Honor, the defense has already provided a receipt that was purported to be from a purchase that the store manager has determined has been falsified. And so the city's concerned, it appears the defendant has already tried to alter physical evidence, and is thus surprising us to be in the middle of the trial with something that has not previously been provided. So the city can't determine if it too has been falsified.
This guy learned nothing from the Depp Heard trial regarding metadata or any such thing. He tried to provide a falsified receipt to the court as evidence. That was proven to be fake. And now he supposedly has a video taken the day he bought the Ratchet, the day before he was accused of stealing the Ratchet. But the video was taken in his pocket and he had no knowledge of it? This makes total sense. Oh, he's innocent. Let him go.
Yeah, Ms. Langley, I'm gonna this falsified receipt, you said, when was that given to
Okay,
you?
so now I'm going to object to discussion of things that haven't been offered in evidence that were part of pretrial discussions.
Okay, well, okay, then fine, I can grant both your objections, and we're not gonna talk about the video, we won't talk about the receipt. I mean, we'll do it that way then.
Mm.
Because I mean, she's objecting to you talking about something that wasn't given in discovery. And so, yeah,
Well,
so you can,
now my client looks like he has a question. No, okay.
okay, so you can ask your next question and move on.
Okay, so I don't know where to go with this. What is it you're trying to say, Mr. Harlan?
Okay, so you need to ask a question. He needs to respond to it. You can't just put your witness
Mr.
up
Harlan,
there
so
and
do you
say,
do you have
if you want
other?
to break and talk with him for a minute, I'll allow that. You can step outside and talk to him. You know, I want to, I guess, complete the record on a ruling that I made earlier with regard to the video that apparently just surfaced here this morning. And again, I'm making a ruling that I'm going to grant the city's objection to reviewing or admitting that at this time. The rule, I'm not going to go through all the criminal rules, discovery rules, but any evidence that is disclosed needs to be, that you intend to use at trial needs to be disclosed. This isn't rebuttal evidence. And so, which might be an exception to that. And this was alleged to have occurred back in July 31st. And now here we are in March, some 7 or 8 months later. And now we're just learning about this video for the first time during the middle of a trial. You know, if this had come up and Ms. Langley wanted a continuance to set this over to review it, we could have done that before the trial. But once the trial starts, we can't just be bringing stuff in that the city hasn't seen or had no idea even existed before the trial already started. So I'm going to sustain the city's objection in that regard. And you can go back to the, if you were at the podium, or you can stay at council table and you can continue your examination.
So I guess not much more to ask, Mr. Harlan. You maintain that you did purchase that the day before. At which store?
At Olympia.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Any cross-examination, Ms. Eddy?
Yes, Your Honor. So, sir, your name's Patrick John Harlan. Please answer out loud, please.
Yes, that's correct.
And you were born on June 2nd of 1991?
I was.
And you're not contesting that on July 31st of 2025, you went to Harbor Freight's Tool located at 4520 Lacey Boulevard Southeast?
Right.
And that store is located in the city of Lacey
Yes.
and Thurston County, Washington?
Yes.
And you admit that you stuck a ratchet down the front of your pants?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that you did not pay for the item before you walked out of the store?
I would have pled guilty just to not hear people continuously say, You put a ratchet down your pants. I mean, if I was accused of it, I'd have just been like, I'm guilty, charge me, just don't let this go public.
Purchased it the night before.
So on July 31st of 2025, after stuffing it down your waistbands, you did not pay for it before you left the store that day.
That day? No.
And you were contacted by Lacey police officers when you left the store.
I was.
And when the officers asked you if you took anything from the store, you said, yes, I did.
I'm sorry, was that a question?
Yes.
I didn't hear the question there.
The officers asked you, did you take anything from the store? And your answer was, yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, sir, if you don't remember, would it refresh your memory to watch the recording again?
No, ma'am. You just are, it sounds like a statement that you're making. I don't hear the question there.
I'm asking when the officer said, did you take anything from the store? Your answer was, yes, I did.
That's a statement. Are you asking a question, ma'am?
I'm asking if that was your statement. Yes, I did.
I did. I guess so. I guess so. Yeah.
And when the officers,
I told my attorney earlier when she asked the question.
I didn't ask what you told your lawyer. I just trying to, you need to answer my questions, not tell me what you told someone else.
Okay.
So after you said, yes, I did, the officer asked you what you took, and you said, I took a ratchet.
Okay, are you asking a question, ma'am? You just told me what I said.
I'm asking if that's what you said. So did you say, I took a ratchet? I took a ratchet.
If the video says that I did, then I did.
Well, sir, since you don't seem to remember, I'll refresh your memory for me to play the video again.
Sure. I was very scatterbrained that day. I guess you could say there was 6 police
Sir, if you
officers
could just
standing.
please wait for me to show you the evidence.
I'll be honest, he got her with that. It sounds like a statement thing, but he was just being a jackhole.
And just for the record, I am about to play clip 1 from Exhibit 3. So we have the television. So, sir, when the police officer asked, did you take anything from the store? Your answer was, yes, I did.
Okay.
And you told the officers you did not have the ability to pay for that ratchet tape, didn't you?
I did not have the money on me that day, no.
And isn't it true, Mr. Harlan, that you have a prior felony conviction from theft in the 2nd degree that occurred back in 2019?
That's true.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Langley, you may redirect.
You, tell me how you were feeling when you came out of the store and saw the officers.
Overwhelmed, to say the least. I had just made a purchase like any other day. I understand that I was trying to conceal something that I had purchased the night before, but I thought it was a little bit of overkill being surrounded by 6 officers.
And so what did you mean when the officer asked you, when the officer asked you, did you take anything from the store?
I don't know. I felt like watching it now, I feel like I was kind of led into that question, led into that answer. But I guess I didn't communicate what the situation was at the time. I didn't have a receipt on me, and I didn't think that an officer would believe me. So
And is it your statement right now that you purchased that item the day before?
absolutely.
And
At 7:33 p.m.
I overtalked. Where did you purchase it?
at the West Side store, the Olympia Harbor Freight.
And it was in your bag when you entered the Lacey store?
It was from the night before, yes.
No other questions?
Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
You can go back and sit down with your attorney, counsel table. Do you have any additional witnesses, Ms. Langley?
No, Your Honor.
I'll hear argument from, I'm going to hear from the city first. Ms. Langley, I'll give you a chance for argument, and then I'll allow the city to have a full argument.
You have the other items put on first before we get to arguments.
Okay.
The city would like to recall
Sorry.
Mr. Brian Childers.
I should have asked that first, sorry.
Yep.
Take a seat, sir. You've previously been sworn. You're still under oath. And Ms. Eddy?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Childers, if a person shops at Harbor Freight Tools, do you have any sort of reward program or anything where that allows your company to track their purchases?
We ask for their phone number and name at the time of purchase. This allows us to have a copy of their transaction if they need to return something. That way they don't have to hold on to the receipt. Also, we have a membership. That's also how we would keep track of their membership.
And to your knowledge, does the defendant Patrick Harlan have a membership number with you, with your company?
Yes.
And in preparation for trial, did you have cause to pull up all his purchase history for the past approximate 10 months?
Yes.
Did you review his purchases for the past 10 months with your company?
Yes.
Anywhere there, did you see that he had purchased this icon Ratchet in his purchase history?
On 9/2/25.
So after this crime occurred?
Yes.
So no purchases prior to July 31st of 2026?
No.
And did you specifically look at your records for the date of July 30th of 2025?
Yes.
And with the records that you access, are they only for your store or for more stores than that?
For all of our stores.
So if he had bought a Ratchet at the Olympia store, would that have shown on your records?
Yes.
And in your reviewing your records, when you saw that he bought a Ratchet in September, do you recall what store that was?
That was purchased in the Olympia store.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Langley.
Thank you. Yeah, so this program, do you actually get a reward for it, or what's the purpose of having the rewards program?
So it's not a rewards program. So we have your phone number and customer information. One, to hold a copy of your receipt if you need to bring something back. A lot of people don't remember. We have a limit of 90 days to return something. So it's also easier for us to see if it's been beyond that 90 days. But we do also have a membership. You get lower prices on certain items if you're a member. Mr. Harlan, I think, still is a member. So in order to have that membership, you have to have a phone number and a name in the system.
So can I make a purchase in the store without giving you my phone number and name?
Yes.
Would anyone question me if I did that?
We would try to get you to provide a phone number,
Mhm.
but you'd still be able to make a purchase if you decided not to.
Okay, but so it's certainly possible that someone can purchase something and you don't have any record of it.
Yes.
Um, um, okay. So you're stating now that your records show that he was in your store purchasing things in September.
So the one that we referenced was the Olympia store.
Gee, I wonder if we were to look at his phone, if there was a video taken in his pocket by accident that particular day that he bought the Ratchet that he previously stole. Man, this guy's a winner.
No other questions?
Did you say no other questions?
Yeah, no other questions.
Ms. Eddie, anything further?
Just a brief redirect. Mr. Childers, did your review of store records show that the defendant in fact made any purchases on July 30th of 2025?
July, I believe so.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at a copy of the records you provided to the city of Lacey? Your Honor, if I may approach.
You may.
Yes. So on July 30th, the purchase of goatskin leather work gloves
Was made by Mr. Harlan's phone number.
Yes.
But nothing else that day
Nothing else.
from Mr. Harlan. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing else additional from the city of Lacey.
Ms. Langley?
Okay, I have no other questions for this witness. Would like to briefly recall Mr. Harlan.
Okay. May this witness be excused or maybe go ahead and step back?
I would ask that he remain in the hallway, please,
Sure.
Your Honor. Thank you.
And
Thank you,
then
Mr. Childers.
Mr. Harlan can, when he clears the witness stand, you can come up. Mr. Sharp, go ahead and take him out.
One round of embarrassment wasn't enough for him. Let's go for round 2.
Come on up. And then you've previously been sworn. You're still under oath. Ms. Langley?
Just briefly, after the date of this arrest, were you in that store making any other purchases?
I was not. I was directed by the judge at my arraignment that I was not to return to Harbor Freight.
That store or all stores? What was your understanding?
My understanding was just Harbor Freight tools.
And do you recall, now there's been evidence that you purchased gloves the day before. Do you recall that?
I purchase gloves frequently, so I'm not going to say that I didn't because I did all the time. So.
And is it possible that you've been in a store more than once in the course of a day?
Oh yes, sometimes 5 or 6 times.
Thank you. Nothing else.
Any questions in response to that, Ms. Eddy?
No, Your Honor.
You can go back and sit with your attorney. Anything further from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city would rest.
Ms. Langley?
Nothing.
Okay. You'd already rested. I was just wondering if there was any rebuttal evidence. And so now we'll hear argument from you, and then I'll hear argument from Ms. Lacey, and then give you a rebuttal argument. So go ahead, Ms. Eddy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, actions speak louder than words. And in this case, you don't have to rely on one or the other to prove to you that the defendant committed the crime of theft on July 31st of 2025. You have both. When he hid a 44.99 ratchet in his pants and walked out of the store without paying for it. The elements that the city of Lacey has to prove under the Lacey Municipal Code 92850 is that on or about July 31st, 2025, the defendant, Patrick Harlan, wrongfully obtained or exerted unauthorized control of the property of another, and that he did so with the intent to deprive the other person of the property, and that this happened in Lacey at Thurston County, Washington. Most of these elements are not being contested today. What is that the defendant wrongfully obtained or exerted unauthorized control of the property of another. And the definition of wrongfully obtained or exerted unauthorized control is defined in Lacey Municipal Code as to take property or services of another. The court has today both the actions and words of the defendant. The actions on that day, or as you have him concealing the ratchet down the front of his shirt. Now, you've heard the testimony that they were locked, but they are easily stricken off by, as you heard, by the store manager, Mr. Childers. Now, the defendant would have you believe that he brought the item in with him and had it in his bag and didn't want them to think he was stealing it. So he took it out and he put it in his pants rather than just removing his wallet. And then they would have never had any cause to know what was in his bag. And I would submit the court that that is just not a credible argument, and that the defendant, given his history of having a crime of dishonesty, is simply not to be believed. You also have what the statements that the defendant made to the officer. When the officer asked him if he took anything from the store, he said, "Yes, I did." And he said, "I took a ratchet." He told the officer, and it was in the waistband, poking him in the belly. The defendant was free with his words to tell the officer that the air pressure gauge he had purchased the day before, if his story was true that he purchased the ratchets the day before, he would have told them the same thing. Clearly, he is not credible, and the city has met its burden of proof, and we ask that you find the defendant guilty.
Ms. Langley?
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't think it's quite as strange as maybe the city is trying to paint that he would do what he did. He is a regular customer in that store. It was established through the city's evidence that he's a regular customer in that store. He's testified that for his job, he's in and out there sometimes a number of times a day picking up items. We also know that he did have in his bag items that he had previously purchased, and it was accepted and established that those were previously purchased items. So now all we're talking about is this one ratchet. Sure, it's possible that the city's case is true, that he walked in, that he broke a lock, that he took the ratchet, he put it in his pants. But really, what do we have? Do we have any pictures of a broken lock? Do we have any evidence? No, what we're being told is that there's a security system, that there's items that are purchased that are valuable enough and easy enough to take, that they have to be unlocked by the store and brought up to the register to purchase. And then we're simultaneously being told that these locks, hey, they're really easy to break. They snap right off. This one was loose. So somebody or someone may have, I don't know, taken it off. We don't have video of that. We don't have any evidence that, we don't have a picture of a broken lock. We just have the statement that, well, it was loose. So he might have removed it. He denies that. He's in and out of that store all the time. He had other merchandise. And although it seems like maybe not what everyone would do, I think it's that you can imagine that a person's in a store and they're like, oh, here's the thing I bought yesterday. I don't have the receipt. Oh, so put it here. Maybe not what everyone would do, but also not beyond belief. I would propose that that's another reasonable explanation of what happened. He was asked about what he took from the store, and he said he took the ratchet, but there was no further discussion of whether he paid for it, he didn't pay for it. He wasn't asked about that. And again, as he says, he was faced with a large number of police and was pretty intimidated. I'm going to ask the court to find that although the city's version of events could have occurred, it's also plausible that my client's version of events could have occurred, That's enough for reasonable doubt, and I would ask the court to find him therefore not guilty. Thank you.
And Ms. Eddy, I'll give you the final word.
Just briefly, Your Honor, again, the reason the defendant's story is not credible because you heard the testimony from the store manager that that the defendant's member number was used on July 30th to purchase a pair of work gloves. But what person would use their phone number to buy gloves and also not buy a ratchet, which is presumably a much higher value item? Again, because it's simply not true. No purchases were made at either the Lacey store or the Olympia store, according to Mr. Childers and his business records. And so again, the city has met its burden today, and we ask that you find the defendant guilty.
So as I said before, this comes before the court on a charge of theft. In order to prevail, the city needs to show that the defendant, Mr. Harlan, on or about July 31st, 2025, with the intent to deprive another of property or services wrongfully obtained or exerted unauthorized control over the property or services of another or the value thereof. Ms. Langley, I'm going to come back to this, but there's a version proposed by the city, Ms. Langley, and on behalf of Mr. Harlan and Mr. Harlan himself, when he testified, proposed an alternative version of what took place on that day. And Ms. Langley says, well, since that's kind of a plausible alternative, then there's reasonable doubt. But just because there's some sort of plausible alternative doesn't mean the city hasn't proven its case beyond a reasonable doubt. And in this case, Ms. Langley also asked, what do we really have, or what do we have? And frankly, Mr. Harlan, the strongest evidence that I'm going to attach to this case are your words when you converse with the police officer following, and he asked you straight out, did you take anything from the store? He said, yes, I did. What did you take? It's a ratchet. It's in my pants. Here it is. And the version that you have said, well, I purchased this the day before. You did have things you purchased the day before, apparently, that pressure gauge. You didn't mention that. I said, well, yeah, I took a pressure gauge too, and that was from the day, and also, but the officer, I think, was pretty clear in the context of what was happening. It's like, what did you take from the store? You were in handcuffs, so you knew that they suspected you of something. He said, yeah, I took that. You were, to your credit, you were upfront and honest about it, saying, yeah, I took the ratchet, and it's in my pants. And so you were asked if you have money to pay for it. No, you didn't. And again, there was no mention at that time either. Well, no, I didn't have any money to pay for it because I paid for it yesterday. Nothing like that was said. And there is some corroborating evidence of this. The representative from the store talked about the security system and the lock, and makes me question their security system, but apparently those locks are fairly easily removed. They did find a loose one on the shelf near where this was stored. They also conducted an inventory check. Apparently one was missing, which would account for the one that was taken out of the store when you left it. And so
but they didn't check to see if they were missing a pressure gauge. I really wish they had. I mean, they couldn't get him on it technically, but it would have just been such compelling evidence if they were short -1 quantity for the 2 items that he had in his possession.
which leads me to a finding that the city did prove beyond a reasonable doubt that that a theft occurred. And so I will enter a finding of guilty. And I want to talk briefly also about that film. Apparently there was a video that Ms. Langley just saw about the first time this morning where a ratchet was purchased. We've now heard that a ratchet was purchased in the Olympia store in September. So that video may be accurate, but there was no evidence that a ratchet was purchased. It could have been. Ms. Langley appropriately pointed out that you can purchase things from Harbor Freight without giving a phone number, but there was no indication that a Ratchet was purchased by you on the 30th of July, but it was later that summer or into early fall in September, for what that's worth. But I've said before, I'll enter a finding of guilty, and then we're going to proceed to sentencing in a minute. But before that, you have been found guilty as a result of a trial. This is just like a jury trial. You have the right to appeal. You have 30 days to perfect your appeal. You need to file and serve your appeal on the opposing party, the city of Lacey, within 30 days of today's date. If you don't maintain that timeline, then your right to appeal is lost. There's also other avenues. If you can't afford an attorney on appeal, one will be appointed for you. And you can speak with Ms. Langley and the clerk as to how to perfect your filing of appeal. And there are other avenues of post-conviction relief, including motion for true trial, stay judgment. There are time limits involved there as well. Usually 12 months, but if you don't comply with all of those time limits, you would lose those as well. So we're going to proceed with sentencing. I'm going to hear from the city first, and then I'll hear from Ms. Langley.
Yes, Your Honor. I guess briefly before I make my recommendation, I'd just like to touch briefly on the defendant's criminal history. A review of JABS indicates that in 2019, he was convicted of assault in the 3rd degree, theft in the 2nd degree, unlawful imprisonment. I might note he also has 4 convictions for driving while license suspended. Again, fairly old. In 2013, he was convicted of operating a vehicle without ignition interlock device, and in 2011, he was convicted of a DUI. I think the city's recommendation today is 364 days jail with 359 days suspended. So that would be 5 days to serve, 2 years probation with the standard conditions of no law violations, and to stay away from Harbor Freight Tools in Lacey.
Ms. Langley.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think normally this is a, if we count that prior felony, which is a completely different situation, but still, this would be a second theft type offense. Usually the penalty in the city of Lacey is credit for time served. I think he has 2 days credit, and that's what I would ask the court to him.
Mr. Harlan, you have the right to address the court if you would like. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. Before you do, city agree with 2 days credit for time served?
Your Honor, I thought it was 1 day. I thought he was arrested on the 31st, and then on August 1st, he was released with his own recognizance.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So
okay, go ahead, Mr. Harlan. Anything you'd like to say at this time?
Yes. I asked the court to not impose the 5 days that the city requests at this time. I was up late last night, racking my brain over the proposed notion by the city that they wanted to add more jail time if I exercise my right to due process. And so I stumbled upon a video of said event, and I wish I would have gotten it sooner. I wish I could show it to you, Judge. I think that it would clear a lot of things up, and it's very, very clear what happened. And it's a shame that I can't defend myself, I guess, because
yes, it is very clear what happened. You tried to submit a falsified receipt, didn't get away with that. So then you tried to submit a falsified video and didn't get it allowed into evidence. Thank God for you, though, because, Isn't perjury a felony?
Because of the untimeliness of me discovering it. I have not been in trouble in quite some time. The incident that the city refers to, if the case notes were read, there would be a better understanding. She obviously highlighted the charges, but the facts of the case were a lot deeper. I was stalked. I was extortioned. And
I'm going to object. I really don't think this is
I'm going to
relevant.
overrule your objection. He's allowed to, you had mentioned his criminal history. And so I'm going to allow him to respond. So you can continue.
Okay.
I'm not putting any limits on what you tell me.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. And to top it all off, I was a victim of an attempted rape. And I took accountability for my part in that mess. The other party didn't, even though they did it to me and 11 other people and their families. But I take accountability when I mess up, and I show up to court, not on Zoom. I show up in person because I feel like that's how you take accountability for the things that you've done or situations that you're in. And I would do the same here if what the city has portrayed was true. So I do ask that no additional jail time is imposed today, Your Honor, while I can put together a defense for an appeal. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. So, a couple of things there. We've all done this from time to time, walk into a store with previous purchase items. And I know that when that's happened to me, is I just either do one of two things, either tell the person I'm walking, when someone's there, I say, hey, look, I already bought this. I'm walking in here with this. I'm just telling you that now. Or just turn around, go back into the car and take your bag. I mean, if you just left that in, if what you say is true, if they left that in your bag, just never taken it out, just turn around and walked out and thrown your bag in the car, or grabbed your wallet out of the bag and walked back in, we wouldn't even be here. Ms. Langley has said that's a plausible explanation for you to stick it down your pants. To me, that's really kind of a stretch. I got to be upfront with you about that. But with regard to the offense in this case, again, I don't know anything about what you said about that theft. That was from 6 years ago. It was a long time ago. It is true, other than some driving things, you've been out of trouble for quite some time. The last conviction goes back to 2019. There is one prior theft. This is like only the second theft since then. Sounds like there was a lot going on with that. I tend to agree with your attorney that in a case like this and a theft like this, you wouldn't be looking at any additional jail time other than what you've already served. So I'm not going to impose any. It'll be, again, in the absence of that prior, you might be looking at a deferred sentence or something like that. But give the prior, then obviously there's not going to be a deferred sentence. And it's important to remember that we're talking about, much I know you disagree with it, a shoplift of about $40 to $50. Based on that, I'll sentence you as follows. It'll be 364 days in jail with 363 suspended, credit for 1 day served. $43 in court costs, don't have any criminal law violations, stay out of Harbor Freight and Lacey. And that'll be in place for the next 2 years. And that'll be it. We'll print you a copy of the judgment and sentence, and then that'll be it.
Wah, wah,
You should have
wah.
that. And all the exhibits, that had been submitted, like all the video things, those need to be given to the clerk to complete the record. Good luck going forward, Mr. Harlan.
Thank you, Judge.
He looked so pouty. Oh my. Oh my. All of the twists and turns and drama and I can't wait for the appeal, guys. It's his source of power. What's up, Ava? What, you go potty? You go outside, or you just want to be part of the love? You just want to be loved. Look at this. I build Earl a palace, and he plays in the cage. What a weirdo. No, the judge ruled that he already served 1 day in jail, and that's really all he would have served if he had pled guilty. So he basically sentenced him to time served. But he doesn't have to go to jail while he perfects his appeal. I know. That he clearly stole. Oh, I'm so happy you were here. It was a lot of fun. I just knew every one of you guys would love it when he got on the stand. Yeah, he's such a weirdo. Oh, he is. You're right. Oh, my baby. Oh, I love him. Right? Right? You are so correct. I know. I know. I gotta keep my eyes open for it. All right, guys. She's tooting, so I need to take her out. I'm sorry. Oh, golly, I wish. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I'm really glad you did. Those are smart fur babies. All right, guys. Before I get gassed out of my own room by my dog, I love you all so much. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me and making me laugh, keeping me entertained. I appreciate you guys so much more than you will ever know. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.